Our next guests aren't famous. You won't see their names in the headlines, but the impact their story had on my team inspired us here. When Juanita Simmons Thomas found out she had cancer, her friends came together in an unforgettable way.
I have known Juanita Marie Nicole Simmons Thomas for 35 years.
We began our friendship at the age of 5 and 6 years old.
She was small and mighty, a jewel.
I think I actually taught Juanita how to drive a car.
Her first diagnosis of cancer was at a very early age. She was in her late 20s when she was told that she had breast cancer. She actually beat it. Almost 10 years later, I got a call from a friend who said, I want you to know that Juanita's really sick and the cancer is spreading.
Once Juanita told us that her treatment did not work, actually it was Tia's suggestion that we all get together and create a girls' weekend.
The weekend was what Juanita wanted, and it was all about her favorite things. What do we do to support her and make her feel loved through this time?
We created this, what we call the Nana Box,
which is this box of cards that would be created for all the major milestones in her grandson's life so that he could remember her by.
That probably was the most heart-wrenching and heartbreaking, but still the most beautiful thing we could have done that weekend.
When we got to the part, I believe it was around age 7, where there was a 3D bike that was actually going to be put on one of the cards, and she broke down into tears.
I remember her saying is that it's just not fair. I'm not going to be able to see him ride his bike.
Nobody talked about her cancer. Nobody wanted to make it about the cancer, and we all probably had questions.
It was never about dying for her. It was always about living.
Joining me now are Juanita's best friends, Thea Stovell, Lisa Goodman, and Helen Hayes. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today. Thea, you and your friends lost Juanita. It's been well over 2 years now, and you continue to make time to reflect on your friendship and what she meant. For people who are grieving and trying to process grieving, some would say, is it like reliving it again, going through that? But clearly for you and the ladies here, it is healing.
It's healing. We definitely don't feel like we are reliving Juanita's death. If anything, we feel like we are holding up our promise to her, which was to live our best lives and to celebrate her life and to never forget about her and our relationship that we had with her. So we use this time to really laugh and worship and pray and honor the sisterhood like she asked us to do.
Lisa, every friendship has its ups and downs. We know that. And you shared with us that there was a period of time where you and Juanita were not in sync. And you missed about 10 years of laughs together, smiles together, drinks together, but then you reunited. And when you look at that time that you had to reconnect, it does remind us how life is so short. And sometimes we have these moments where we're not in sync with our friends, but that's not important. It's the bond.
Yeah, I agree, Tamara. For us, it was, it was just 2 type A young women who, had we just got in a room, we could have resolved it, I'm sure, years ago. And so I think, what we have all said is that it was important for us to love her through that journey, whatever it was. And so I am grateful. No one wants your friend to be sick, certainly not terminal. But had it not been for that illness, we may not have ever reconciled. And so I'm grateful that we had the opportunity to give her her flowers while she was here.
I noticed that all of you have orange in what you're wearing today, and that's because it was Juanita's favorite color. And Helen, Tia mentioned that what you are doing in remembering her is part of the request that she made, and that you are honoring through your actions.
Yes, it's definitely, she asked us to live our best lives and to also make the promise to get together and continue the sisterhood. I mean, all of us, between the four of us, we have about 30, 35 years of friendship or more. And, as you grow up and you get out of college and your first job and you get married and you have children, your life just gets crazy. And so you disconnect. And so one of the things that happened with Juanita getting ill was that we were able to reconnect and remember what had initially brought us together.
Tia, looking at the Nana box, I was thinking, I've had the same best friend since 4th grade. And, you get a certain age and you start thinking, and I say, if anything happens to me, you're going to take Moses, you're going to have these. She says, if anything happens to me, she's got 3 kids. I'm like, whoa, 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 you got to split these kids up. But, we talk about how we would help each other's children remember them if, God forbid, something were to happen. And I know Juanita had a 4-year-old grandson. What did it mean to collect those moments for him?
The box was a box made of love. It was a handmade group of cards that were we tried to think of every moment in a child's life. First day of school, first car, graduation, turning 21, every birthday in there. And all of those important moments that she knew that she would not be there for. She wanted to leave her grandson with a memory and to let him know that she was thinking about him till she took her very last breath. And so this whole labor of love, and we cried and we laughed, and but the end result was that her grandson and her son, they think of her every time they go into the box, and you can tell when you see the cards that she really put her energy and her efforts, and she was tired, but she wanted to complete her box for her grandson.
I'll tell you what, selfishly, I didn't know I wanted to do this segment because I thought I was going to be crying through the whole thing, because I didn't, you start to picture your friends and all the loss that we're seeing and hearing and all that. And I can tell you, watching your strength and watching the joy in you telling her story is something I never expected to feel in this moment. Because you prepare yourself that these are 3 friends who lost a friend. How could they inspire? Because they surely are in pain. You are an inspiration, even with facing the grief. So thank you for sharing Juanita's story. And, I love the idea of the Nana box, and I hope people will see it and take that concept and use it in their difficult times as well. Thank you, ladies. It's just a pleasure to speak with all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.